all these possibilities to load shift, use less, liquid storage on site. There's just a lot happening there. So thanks, Noah, for that. Really appreciate it. So we are just about at our Excellence in Water Heating Awards, but we wanted to welcome the man, the myth, and the legend, Geoff Wickes from Wickes Energy Services, to come on and present a little bit about the installer training session that we did as part of our heat pump water heater day and week yesterday in San Jose, California. Geoff is fresh back from that training session, and he's agreed to join us here just to give us a quick, 5-7 minute recap on everything that happened there, Geoff. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that training session. I'll use your slides. I'll move your slides.
Thank you so much. It's good to be back here. It's always great to see all the innovation going on, not only in efficiency, but also in the area of load shifting. So that's great. Congratulations. So yesterday's event was awesome. We worked quite closely with Pacific Gas and Electric and UA 393. That's Union Training Center 393 in San Jose. They are plumbers, pipe fitters, HVAC, and one other trade. One of the top tier training facilities in North America. They claim they are somewhere either second or fifth largest. It's well over 150,000 square feet, and they currently graduate somewhere around 60 apprentices every year. And according to Brian Murphy, the head of training there, each one of those is getting placed. The amount of apprentices currently in need is huge, and so they're graduating, and placing apprentices all the time. So the timing came well with this for this training. So the first part of the day, the keynote speaker was a specialist in how AI is going to impact the trades and some of the tools, tricks, and traps and worries that may show up. So I thought that was great. It was a former executive for Netflix. You may have heard of that small little company in Silicon Valley. So there were a little bit over 100 people there, but we had the great pleasure, if you can move to the next slide there, we had lots of people showing up for different parts of it. There was first a kind of a meet and greet with a little bit of a trade fair with people showing their wares, and those ranged from water heaters to recirculators to welders, tools, all kinds of things going on. So then we went into the keynote. If you can go to the next slide there. So you can see Harvest Thermal, who was just presenting there. Linda Sanford, who's pictured there in the center, is the person facilitating that from PG&E. And then we had people from all kinds of different organizations supplying and providing information. I think it was a pretty big success. I will say, if you go on to the next one, you'll start seeing, well, there's some folks there from Grundfos and LG, and then the Milwaukee. Milwaukee was great. They're a good partner. They offered some prizes for the people who filled out surveys, and that was sort of the culmination of the day. But then we moved into the training portion. Yeah, you can see people lining up for lunch here. Great tortas were given out, and then people having a chance to network over lunch and still visit with some of the vendors during that event. Going to the next slide. What was really the best part in my mind, of course, this was the biggest effort, was we had 6 different sessions that were each person, either apprentice or journeyman or business owner migrated through the different areas. And you're going to probably think, boy, that is the weirdest looking shower. I wonder how you get up and take one of those. This is a demonstration showing the drain water heat recovery from renewability. And they showed how you can recapture roughly 20 to 25% of the energy that's flowing through a system in the drain water heat recovery, thus requiring a smaller tank and increase the efficiency of it. The next, I think we went on to the next slide, which was heat pump water heaters. There were 5 being demonstrated here. All of these were donated. So A.O. Smith, Rheem, Bradford White, GE, and LG, all donated equipment that will become resident at the training center. And as you can see, they're on little dollies so they can move them in and out of classrooms. It's an awesome demonstration, and they showed how they can be plumbed in different ways. They were actually live and running. And so, the question of does it make noise or is there enough hot water? They actually had little sinks at each one of the stations so people could try it. Going to the next one, you could. So, here's just some more examples. We really wanted to feature heat pump water heaters. A lot of these plumbers may have never seen one before or are not aware of all the capabilities and or what the future looks like, because in 2029 there will be a DOE standard that will come into play. Anything over 35 gallons will need to be a heat pump, so we need to get the California market up and running, as well as some other air quality issues that the California market is taking on to take NOx and SOx out of the process. So gas water heaters are going to be going away in California. We also had a section on commercial water heating, and this is Albert Rooks from Olympia, Washington. He brought down one of his portable water drop systems. This one actually works for about 60 units. The back side of it, which I don't think was pictured, it has a bunch of Sanco 2s on there, and walked all the plumbers through that, the features and benefits of being able to plug it in, basically 5 connections: cold water in, hot water out, recirc return, condensate out, and power in. So while the plumbers may not have been too fond of it, the building owners and or other folks would just love to be able to just plug this into a system and move on to the next job. I think there's 2 more slides. So this is how we did. We moved around through 6 different stations, and the theme of it was keep on trucking. And at the end, we did have some prizes. So you can, I think it go to the next slide maybe. Oh, no, we took that one out. So we did give away a couple donated products from the folks at Milwaukee Tool, and then also Grundfos. AWHI through PG&E gave away an iPad, and there were some puzzles and all kinds of different things. So overall, pretty good success. I will say, if we were to do this again, we should have it earlier in the day and maybe a little more organized so that more people could be able to visit each one of those stations, because we just didn't have enough time. I think I'll turn it back to you, Joe.
Great. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Thanks for leading up that fantastic education session in person. We did do some live streaming of it yesterday on Zoom, if you're able to catch that. But yeah, thanks a ton for that great leadership and the great event.
And there will be more rigorous filming of each one of the stations that were filmed, with some training modules that PG&E will have available soon.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. We did do some professional videography thanks to PG&E of each of the stations, and we'll be getting that out to folks when it's all edited and produced.